Okay, I hope so. You look like shit, buddy. You sure look like shit. I'm telling you.
Oh, no.
Here we go. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to In Conversation with Don Pierce and, of course, Sauerkraut, who's kind of not looking so well today, man. Holy man, you look rough, man. This is taking its toll on you, dude. I'm telling you. I know you do, man. But what an honor. Hey, man, we have got a special guest in here today, and I am honored to have this man in here. What a career over 2 decades. I'm telling you, October 4th became a very special night for this young man, and I'm telling you, we are honored to have him here. Mr. Aaaron Allen is here. Aaron, welcome to the show, man. I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you, Don. I appreciate it very much. Thanks for having me this morning.
You know, October 4th became a pretty exciting night for you.
Yeah, well, sure. Didn't expect that to happen, but pretty stoked about it.
Yeah. Thought you would have had this all taken care of, dude. I'm going to give you the okay just today because you're under the weather. That's right. Thank God, because you're long-winded today, man. I'm telling you. Jeepers. No doubt, eh? Man, yeah, I'm going to tell you, you're not looking so beautiful today, dude. Can I get back to my guest now or what? Yeah, you know, like they didn't come to talk to you. I don't get up this early for you, dude. I get up for Aaaron Allen. I get up this early. For you, I don't. Like, it's still dark here, man. Shit.
Oh, geez.
Anyway, thanks for coming there, and I really appreciate it, man. What an award night you had! 250 plus people at the award show in cars. What a cool that must have been. Man, you got an incredible story, and I kind of, want to touch on your music. I really do. And
Sure.
if you don't mind, kind of indulging me a little bit, I want to step back a little bit because I found out, like I had a whole gig lined up for your show, Aaron, and last night I had to throw it all in the bloody trash.
Oh,
Because, no, I started, listening to your music, and I kind of ran your life backwards.
okay.
And it was about, I'm talking about, and I think you can remember this, corduroy jacket, cabbie hat,
Yeah.
that I realized I was listening to this kid's life through his music.
Oh, wow.
And I'm thinking, but I'm listening to it backwards, because, I'm kind of dealing with your highway mile gig. And I'm thinking, I just kept going.
Oh, wow.
I just kept going and going and going. And I couldn't understand what was going on. And I had to keep digging and digging. So at 4:30 this morning,
Oh,
I'm finding out a lot about Aaaron Allen. And when you got connections in the world, things happen.
yeah.
Like right now, my fucking computer is crashing, which is a wonderful thing. And I'm on YouTube and not on the station, so I can say that.
Oh, geez.
But, I got to tell you, I'm just going to continue on with the interview and get back on the station as soon as this thing reboots. And it's because I was stupid and I just kicked a wire with my foot.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but we're on YouTube anyway. We're going to continue with the interview, and when this boots back up, go right back onto the station. But I got to. Oh, thank God they can't hear me anyway. Yeah, but I got to tell you,
Yeah.
yeah, no shit. The biggest interview of my life, and everything's going to go wrong today. I'm going to tell you.
Nice.
Not really, but things will get ironed out here. But I got to tell you, kid, what a career you've had. Coming from Chatham, Ontario.
Yeah.
That's where the man grew up.
Yeah.
Beautiful wife, Amy. I got to bring her into the picture because, she's a great support system for you. I found out, yeah, what I got to tell you, I found out some stuff that was, man, it impressed me about you. Because your life, your life is not just about the music.
No.
It's not. And man, if somebody can have a documentary type deal about his life, it could be Aaron Allen, because you didn't have the Brady Bunch kind of childhood. Kind of had let's put it the Bart Simpson version. Mother, got ill, was diagnosed with a brain tumor.
Yeah.
I hope you don't mind me talking about this.
No, I'm open, man. I'm open.
Because it's an incredible story. And the more I dug into your past, the more I had to keep digging.
Wow.
And because being now this is where the broadcaster comes out of me, and the whole got to get the interview deal in. But it was such an incredible story. I had to share it today. Wow. Because it's more than just Aaron Allen the music. And I want you to touch on some of that. Growing up in Chatham, because when I listened to your music, it kind of went from today to, to me anyway, my opinion, to, stuff about depression and a lot of anger in a life.
Yeah.
And I caught an interview on YouTube. You and some dude just sitting there on some chairs talking. And I think he was a friend of yours that did some kind of, and you were kind of talking about, being put in kind of a situation at a young age. Yeah. And you can bring it up. I'm not going to bring it up, where you got some help. Yeah. And I was so impressed that you were willing to do that and speak for that. And I said, I got to talk about this, because not so many people are willing to talk about it.
Sure.
But what an incredible story that you were a father, husband, business owner, country artist. Where do you get the friggin' time, dude?
I got time now that it's COVID, but before that, it was really tough.
No shit.
Yeah. I'm all right.
What the hell happened? It's like an incredible story. And I want you to go back to your childhood a little bit and explain what life was like and, what happened to Aaron Allen.
Wow, I'm surprised you found all that. We tried to erase all that. Like, there used to be about...
No, man. I did. Wow.
Yeah, the rest of it's fine. We just...
I'm sorry, man. But, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't dig. And
awesome.
What an interesting story, man. And you should be proud of what happened to your life and where you've come, man. When I started digging into your past, and maybe I shouldn't have now that you said that. Holy
no, it's great.
I'm kind of feeling a little jittery in the guts here. Like, oh, did I open something I shouldn't have?
I'm impressed. I'm very impressed.
But I'm telling you, I couldn't help but want to know more. And so I kept digging and digging and digging and digging, and I found out about your mom, and you needing some help as a kid, and you weren't always the nicest boy. I can tell you. No. This comes from you. This is open in YouTube. This is out there in the world, so people can find it. So explain that and where you come from, and man, you've come a long way.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's funny that you say, people go, Aaron, he's the nicest guy. I've heard this time and time again. I'm not saying it because I don't believe that. But I tell people I'm only the nicest guy because I really wasn't in the beginning. Like you say, I was very angry. Things changed for me when I was 13, 14 years old. I ended up getting locked up for a bit. I had a lot of charges, and luckily, after all the charges, the judge gave me a chance. The judge said you could go to a juvenile detention center, or you could kind of live in this house for emotionally challenged kids that, just kind of come from a background that's not so great, and they have a hard time dealing with it. So I chose that one. And while
Smart move, dude.
Yeah,
smart move.
I'm glad people look at me. They go, he looks like a tough guy with all these tattoos. I got these all for free.
I get it. Yep.
I'm not a tough guy. I did not want to go to juvie. I did not want to fight people. So I went to the emotional place. And while I was there, the really cool thing about being there was, like you say, my home life. People had it a lot worse than I did. I don't want to say it's a sob story, but my mom was diagnosed with terminal cancer, and it was just her. It was just her. So my parents were separated, and it was really tough. And it was kind of like living through a thunderstorm every day. So when I got locked up, it sounds weird, but it was kind of the first time I felt safe. It was kind of the first time that the storm was calm and I saw the light. And I said, okay, life is tough, but there is hope here. There's change, and it's not going to happen without me. So at 14, I made a decision to go forward. And I made a decision that when I get out, I'll never steal again. I was locked up for stealing. And actually, I had a charge for punching somebody. I was a bully. I was a bully at school. And then I said, when I get out, I'll never do that again. And when I got out, it was the anger. It was the anger. I couldn't deal with my anger. And that's why I was a bully. That's why I was a criminal. I hated life. And when I got out, I made a decision to stop all that. And then I was an advocate, man. If somebody was being bullied at school, I would step up. I'd put myself in front of them. And that's just a balanced karma. That's not being a good guy. The reason I'm so nice these days is because I'm still trying to balance karma. I'm trying to make good for all the bad things that I did. I mean, I wasn't terrible. I didn't kill anybody, but I definitely stole a lot of things. I was angry, and I'm just trying to balance life, right? So, growing up in Chatham when I was a kid, it was a little bit tough, and music saved me. I always say to people, songwriting can save you. And the reason it saved me is because I didn't know what I was going through at 13. I can't comprehend that.
No, for sure.
Yeah, you don't know. So I figured out when I wrote it down on paper, I didn't know it at the time, but when I started singing and I wrote it down on paper and then I read it back, I'm like, whoa, man, that's what I'm dealing with. I never, I couldn't stare that in the face, because we don't want to stare that in the face. But when you write it down, you go, holy crap, things are pretty messed up. And then you could deal with that, So I always say songwriting changed my life. Definitely.
Yeah. And if you follow your songwriting, it is a story to your life. And I did a lot of digging, and we're back on the air at the radio station. So I'm kind of going to backtrack a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. Kind of had a computer meltdown here. I don't know what happened.
I might have actually fixed my my problem too. So I think people can actually hear me too now.
I hope not. God, I hope not. But you know what? We're just talking with Aaron about his childhood and his growing up wasn't so grand, and that's kind of why I said you didn't have the Brady Bunch version, and I quickly got a comment here. Well, what's the Brady Bunch version? They're two families that came together. Where did the parents die or were they divorced? So well, which is true, and I never thought of it quite that way. Thanks, Jen. I gotta leave it to her. Anyway, what a great, story, but like the struggle that you came through, and we tried a little bit of a lot of digging actually into your past, and that that corduroy coat and the old cabbie cap, that wasn't it, dude. Incredible song, but you better put that hat back on and keep that Aaron Allen hat on.
Oh yeah.
But to go back and search you out is a struggle. I'll tell you.
Because, tried to get rid of it all. I can't believe you found it.
Hey, you know what? I got friends.
Yeah,
we're very, very good with he's sitting on the other side of the computer. And,
nice.
He can find anything.
Wow.
And I'm telling you, like what a joy it was to watch you change. And, all of a sudden I became part of your family without even knowing it. And I knew by listening to your music backwards and then backwards forward, 4:30 this morning, my wife is coming into the studio saying, you're going to be having to be up in less than 2 hours doing this interview. I said, well, I guess I'm just going to listen to some music and keep it going. But I dug to the fact, you did some comedy in your life.
Yeah, I did some comedy for a while.
Yeah, see, we dug, buddy.
Wow. Wow. I can't believe nobody really takes that level of depth on when they interview. I can't believe that you went that far. So that,
well, you know what? It's not. It wasn't that. It was going to be your typical rising star. Great big interview, honk the horn kind of interview. Your typical radio friggin' interview. And we're not that typical radio station. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
No, we are not. We like to have fun with our guests. Once you're a part of our family, you stay a part of our family. And but I'm telling you, when I started digging into this interview, then the other button kicked into my friggin' head, and there was more to learn. And there was more to this Aaron Allen story than just, highway mile. And, can we go back? And, what a song, like all these songs. And I'm figuring out, this is this kid's friggin' life. And I just kept going back and back and back. 1:30 this morning, I'm thinking, I got a, 18 page message to Sauerkraut there. And I'm realizing I can't send that to him. It's 3:30 in the morning in Ontario.
He's sick. He's sleeping.
Yeah, leave him alone. He's also, he's also married to my niece. So I got to be careful.
Oh.
But, yes. Don't ever get into the business and, introduce your family to people in the business.
Yeah, that's tough.
Don't do that. But what an incredible story. Let's talk about your mom for a little bit.
Sure.
If you don't mind. Diagnosed with a brain tumor. And how old were you when that first happened?
I think I was probably about 12. That's when I really started.
Something to deal with it for a 12-year-old.
Yeah, it's hard to understand, right? I feel bad for my brother because my brother was 7 at the time. But I mean, when that happened, my mom just had a seizure and we kind of found her there. My brother came and got me, and I saw her on the kitchen floor when I was 12. And I'm just like, I don't even understand what's going on. And then the doctor said, well, she's got terminal cancer. But the nice thing is, hey, buddy.
I got guests.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Mr. Aaron Allen, meet my grandson.
Nice to meet you.
Well, you know what? When you're going to work from home, anything happens.
It happens. My kids might come in. My wife might come in.
Well, you can bring Amy in anytime you want to, because what a support you have with that lady.
Well, she got me through it, man. I mean, I'm
telling you, met her at 18 or something like that. I read that somewhere in one of your bios.
Yeah, we've been together for 21 years.
Holy.
So, yeah, I don't know, man. I guess it's tough when a doctor tells you your mom's going to die, but luckily she had 16 more years.
Yeah, I read that too. Like, at first they thought you only had about 10 years, and still at 12, pretty hard to comprehend. All you hear is mommy's going to die. And
it was always stuff. A black cloud. I think it's hard for me not to live with a black cloud over my head because it was just normal. For all those 16 years, it was normal to have a black cloud and doom and gloom over my head. So it's really hard for me to, for people to come up and go, wow, like, look what's happening and look at all this positive stuff. And I still just feel like a lot of the times I still kind of feel like a failure. So I want kids to know that come from a rough background and that are used to living this lifestyle. It's like ruts in my brain. I'm used to living a negative lifestyle. So for me to live a positive lifestyle, it was really hard to get there, really hard to accept that I kind of deserve a positive lifestyle. And it took kids to go, okay, Aaron, you got to be a good dad. You got to be, I did it for my wife, changed for my wife because she deserves better than me. That's for sure. And then, my kids deserve the world. So I need to be the best person I can be. Right. So I have no choice.
How is that struggle with you? Like trying to be still at your age, and you're not young by any means, you're not old either, but Geez, I can insult a friggin' guest pretty quick. Yeah, Jesus.
I'm probably
Good job.
the oldest rising star in CMAO history. Probably.
You know, but
Let's piss off our guests before,
well,
before we really get into the interview.
You know, got a computer crash. I'm pissing off the guests. You know, hey, the thing is doing great here at Access Radio. I'm telling you. But, you know, it dawns me that, you know, being a father and still, you know, that's, you know, and I know what you're dealing with because, you know, I was there once myself. And it was like kids changed my life.
Sure.
And I still struggle with that anger sometimes where I got to still balance it now because I'm the grandpa, as you just seen, just walking into the studio, which my studio has now turned into a kid's bedroom, studio, playroom, because, you know, this COVID thing. Now I've got, you know, adult children living with me again. But it happened. So, you know, here it is. You know, we're wide open here, just like you are. But it's just incredible. Like, how do you balance all this? Like, because you seem like a guy that you're just not a 9-to-5 type of dude. You know, like if you had to go to Ford every day, that would just bore the shit right out of you.
I tried, man. I've worked at factories and it put me in some dark places. Working a 9-to-5 every day on the line, it killed me. I remember doing it for 4 years. I was working at this turkey factory for 4 years. And one day I was sitting on the line. I got up every day and I just hated it. I hated my life. And then I was just sitting.
Did you say a turkey factory?
Turkey factory. I processed turkeys for 4 years. I've done everything.
Cuddy Farms, did you?
No, not Cuddy Farms. It was Cold Springs. At Cold Springs Farms. It was for Maple Leaf, and you know, a lot of good people there. But I hated that job, and it put me in a really dark place. And one time, I was sitting there with my knife, cutting up the turkey, and I just said, "That's it." And I put down my knife, and I went and said goodbye to everybody on the line, and I just decided that day I'm done and I'm never doing anything I don't want to do again. And they kicked me out. They were like, they came over and they go, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm saying goodbye to these good people here." And they go, "No, you're not. Get out." And I said, no, I'm saying goodbye. I yelled at everybody at the factory, "Goodbye, everybody. I've known you for 4 years, you know, but I ain't coming back.
Service. Get the hell out."
I ain't coming back. I remember getting in my car and firing up my car, and I said never again. And I went and worked at a grocery store for $12 an hour, and I stayed there for about another 4 years. And I would rather work somewhere and barely be able to pay my bills than work someplace that just put me in that dark spot. And, you know, the problem is I think a lot of people live in that dark spot, but you don't have to. I'm not saying it's easy to do what I'm doing. I'm not saying it's better or worse. Often I've told my therapist, I wish I could just, you know, work a 9-to-5 and build a retirement. I don't have any retirement fund. My wife's a tattoo artist. We don't have any retirement fund. It scares the crap out of me. But
me too. Yeah, this whole industry though is like that. It doesn't matter if you're on my end of it or your end of it. You know, if you're an independent and, you know, like you're going places and, you know, like our station did kind of a feature on you.
yeah,
And I'm telling you, when they say that this kid is going to be the next country music icon, I truly believe that.
Did someone say
yeah, well, you know, someone's got to flatter the flower somewhere, buddy. It's just.
I guess the CMAO did. I hope they're right.
You know, yeah, that was the thing. You know, October 4th, big day for you. You know, Rising Star Award. You know, nominated for male artist. You know, like kind of a big night for Aaron Allen there and that's kind of where we went with this, from where you came from, standing up there on that stage with 250 people. And man, what man, I can just imagine what that would have sounded like. 250 horns going crazy for Mr. Aaron Allen.
Yeah,
what a feeling that must have been.
There was like 250 cars there, so it was I think however many people you could fit in your car. So there must have been about 1,000 people there or something. But the honking horns, and then people were literally like outside their car, yelling. I'm trying to do my speech, and they're yelling, and I just, you know, what a moment. And
I see that award. I know you got it there. Hold it up. Come on, we're talking about the sucker. Put it out there.
I put it in my studio right beside my monitor, so I look at it when I'm mixing and stuff, and, you know, writing songs, and just that's just the start. You know, I gotta keep going, and
just the start. just a start. 2 decades in this business, and that's just a start.
I feel like I'm just the rising star. Now I gotta live up to that, right? And
That's
trying my best.
Well, what's next for you? You know, Highway Miles out and it's running. You know, songs are going on there, and you know, last night that's how this whole oh my God, this kid, you know, is more than just music. It came to me, you know, I got a chance to listen to the whole album, and then I, you know, dug into more of your music through YouTube and started looking you up, and, you know, called him right there to get me into the background. Your kids are making a lot of noise, dude.
They're up, they're ready for breakfast.
Yeah, no doubt, eh?
I love COVID for the fact that we get to peek into everybody's life now, right? Like
they're typical classrooms. There goes the teacher in them now.
I apologize for saying I love COVID. I mean, the thing I love about COVID is I love COVID. We get to look into everybody's life. I'm a real creep like that. I'm the guy always looking out the window.
Yeah, we do it all the time. You know, like when we have guests in our show, we have like guys like Robert Eckert like in our show, and like living on Highway Mile over there where he lives down in Kentucky. You know, right beside where we're at Lynn and stuff.
Wow.
When we have him on the show, and he comes on quite a bit, and good friend of mine, and love to have him on all the time. But you know, you get to peek into his studio and, you know, into his life, and it's like, wow, people live like that. You know, incredible. And
the thing, as far apart as we are right now, we're somehow getting closer together, I think, you know.
You know, and that's the biggest thing about this COVID thing. You know, it's brought a lot of people together, and you know, in independent music wise, man, this independent artist things, the corporate bubble, as I like to call them, man, they're getting worried because, you know, money wise, you guys are top and independently, and it's scaring the big guys like Sony and Warner like that. This COVID has kind of brought you guys to the limelight because people are listening to more music.
I think you're right. It's leveling the playing ground a little bit. And, you know, I understand the corporate way of stuff, the business and how it works. I really understand it now. And, you know, I know people go, you know, people are always striving to be top 20 on the radio. And I can't do that, man. Like I thought the other day, okay, well, I won this award. Where do I go from now? What type of music do I start making now? And I had to stop and I go, what do you mean? What type of music do I start making now? What do I put out there? I go, the only thing I care about is I really care about this. I love all those fun songs and everything. But when I think about it, I go, what do I want to put out in the world? I want to leave a message for my daughters. I don't really know much about, you know, a lot of my background, a lot of my life. I don't really know a lot about that. We didn't really talk. You know, I remember my grandpa took care of me a lot when we were kids, and he never talked to me. I respect the man. He's here on my arm. I respect him more than anything, but I don't know anything about these people. So when my daughters listen to my music, I don't know how long I'm going to be on this earth, but I want them to know what I was about. And I always want to put a positive message out there for them. Like I was writing a song about how the world's tough right now. And I'm sorry that we're leaving this behind for you. And I said, no, that's not the way to go about it. And then we just put a song into production called What a Gift. That's the positive way to go about it, because I can look at the world and go, man, this sucks. Or I can go, you know what a gift it is. I'm happy. I'm happy with my family. I'm happy with everything. If music doesn't go any further, I'm very happy. I'm okay with that. So
I don't think you got a chance of that happening. You know.
So what I just read between the lines, and what I heard is that he wants to do a pop duet with Taylor Swift.
Oh, you know Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift. Jesus.
A lot of great ones, man.
Oh yeah. You see, you just don't understand this. He's got to bring this up at every bloody show, is because I've got like a 5-year battle going on with Taylor, we just don't like each other. I can tell you that.
Okay. Can you introduce me to her?
I probably could. Yeah, I probably could. Yeah, I could, but I don't know if I want to, man.
Look it up. She's
Jesus. That's the last thing I need is freaking Aaron Allen doing a pop duet with Taylor Swift.
I was in London This was about 3 years ago when I was much, much heavier. And there was I was at some bar. I can't remember what bar it was, but it was down close to like Bull and Barrel, somewhere in that area.
Okay.
And anyways, Taylor Swift came on, and the bartender that was working, it was a guy, and he says, "Listen, I'll give you your drinks that you've had tonight for free if you get up on that table and you dance to Shake It Off."
Really?
No problem. Here we go. Free drinks. I'm done.
My kids love that. That's the cool thing about pop and all that stuff. I really got into it because my kids love it, and I love rating it and everything like that. It's just the reason people get into music for different reasons. I got into music because those guys saved me. Bruce Springsteen saved my life. Steve Earle saved my life.
The boss.
Yeah, but them are the guys of the guys. This ain't Taylor Swift. We're talking Taylor Swift and the Boss. Come on, how are you comparing the Boss to Taylor Swift?
Hopefully, she's saving some little girl's life out there or something. That's just my objective, right? Like always.
But here's the whole fact. You are right. Like let's put it on. Like Aaron, let's call shit a shit. Like it's just she has brought a lot of different younger folks to country music. And, we got to applaud her.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
And she has done that. And it took a guest of mine, Mr. Robert Eckridge, to point that out to me. I'm famous for battering that poor young girl. But,
that's okay.
I got to tell you, I'm just not into that. Like, did you see your latest video with the shark and she's swimming through the water and she just released it? It's man, like, Aaron Allen driving the truck, it's not Aaron driving the truck down the road, it's a pretty wife sitting there, singing a cool tune. That's, like, why this is not country music, girl.
Tell me though, is it about her boyfriend breaking up with her?
If it is, I don't want to listen to it because I heard that one. But I think at the end of the day, I sit down and I try to think about like, there was a point where it's like I don't want to be reliving old wounds again. And when you wake up, you have your breakfast, you go to work, you turn on the car. I don't know if you want to listen to the stuff that's that deep. That's like just depressing. You go to work and you're like, man, that's just depressing me further. So I think you want to turn Shake It Off on, and I understand that, man. So I think there's different levels of things, and that's maybe why I don't belong in some formats, and I'm okay with that. I understand, right? That's just the way it is.
Well, you're kind of into that format. You got some stuff that are traditionally kind of sounding. You got some of that poppy kind of stuff, and I like it. So if I'm telling you I like it, and I don't know if you check me out or not, but I am the most opinionated broadcaster in country music. And I've told you, and I've told some of the biggest people in corporate world where they can take their offers. Trust me, because nobody's telling me how to run my life, and that's what I hate about this corporate bubble. I hate it.
Well, you're right there, right? I often think like if I did sign a big record contract, would I be able to do what I am doing now? If that were the case, I wouldn't want to sign that.
It's like, why did you come and ask me to sign if you want me to change everything about me?
Well, everybody needs a number one, right, to make the world go round. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not too worried about it anymore.
You're at the point though. Like music's your full-time gig. Yeah. And you've kind of got into the business end of music, so you kind of know what I'm talking about. Like let's talk about like some advice you could give to a young guy like Sauerkraut. Wants to get into the country music business and wants to get into the music business. It's not easy doing what you do, especially with a family and a wife. Like being an independent, it's a tough gig, and like you might have to sign on the dotted line one day just to say, what, $5 million up front and a couple of albums is a lot better than playing at polkas down the street there.
That's true.
For $400 a night, right?
Yeah, if that day comes along, maybe I will sign on the dotted line, but I don't know. I just think the best advice I can give you is anything you want to do is not going to be easy. The easy way, a lot of us are doing the easy thing, right? And yeah, well, if you want to shoot for something that's tough, just go for it, and keep doing it. I mean, it's been 20 years, and I understand why some people can't do this, because there's been so many times why, I quit. I didn't want to do it. If you add up all the days, maybe I've hated music more than I've loved music.
I got to see that, and I feel that. But your music, it's evolved so much from when, we'll say it again, because we got a blown system here. But when I said it before, and it was kind of funny, I thought anyway, the cord jacket and the taxi hat deal there, your music has gone so big. It's just incredible.
A lot of that was my producer, Jeff Dalziel, just kind of pushing me in the right direction, I think. Like taking what I had and making that on a bigger scale.
Yeah. You got to shut them kids up or mute your mic, man.
That's not mine. Sorry.
It's not mine either, but whose phone's going here?
That's somebody's phone.
That's not my phone.
I'll prove it to you.
That isn't coming from my end. I don't know what's going on.
You know what it was?
It's
It's
your
my
computer.
grandkid's alarm. No, it's my kid's alarm. Grandkid's alarm going off. I'm looking around and what the hell's phone's going off? You're just answering the damn thing.
Yeah.
I'm thinking to myself, I was just going to say to Aaron, just answer it, man. It could be the wife, your coffee's ready, toast or something. I don't know.
Not me.
And here, it's all on my friggin' end, I can't even blame you. Anyway, Aaron, great great things happening to you. October 4th was a big night, Rising Star Award. When you got the news that was happening, it must have been a pretty big moment for you to get into that.
It was. I didn't expect to win the award, that's for sure. That's why it took me so long to get to the stage. But hey, buddy.
Oh. Good Lord.
Just give him a
just
chair.
go on, Aaron.
You give him a chair. He can be your sidekick.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I think there is one there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to do his homework, and he has no paper.
School.
Yeah. You're welcome, my son.
Sorry.
Hopefully you don't have what I had, because this wasn't COVID. I got tested, but but I've been laid up ever since last Friday. So I did a show. No. I did a show. You could clearly, Thursday. My nose started leaking last Thursday, and then Friday I did a show on air, and it was just horrible. And then after that, I've been. Today's my first day that I've been really out of the bed. It's and still I look like this, right? So I wasn't able to put on my makeup or anything like that.
It looks like you ran your fingers through your hair.
Just a little. Yes, I did that.
Oh, he's lucky, At least he's got friggin' hair to run through. I ain't got none.
I don't have any either.
Yeah. I lost it. I used to be the hat guy. I wore hats everywhere. And, I don't know if you know, but I'm dealing with a little bit of cancer here myself.
Oh,
and, I got liver cancer. And, it's been, I'm living with it. And I joke about it because, making me it's easier to deal with that way. Anyway, I'm going in for surgery here pretty quick. And I thought to myself, the hell with this friggin' hat. It is what it is. As long as I don't, just to hell with it. And so here we are, and frig the hat, frig the thing. I used to hide I used to hide the kids' beds and everything. And you know what? Everybody knows in the world we're all working from home studios now, and the only one that actually has a real studio anymore is the guy behind us. And that's just because
and I'm at home today.
And he's at home.
Is Howard Stern still in the studio? I don't know.
Yeah.
But let's get back to Aaron now. And
before we get there, I was just going to say how great your hairdo would be for a Halloween costume if you dressed up as Uncle Fester.
Oh, yeah.
You?
Me?
Yeah, it's perfect hair style for Uncle Fester.
You know, like, dude,
White
you're
makeup.
lucky. You're friggin' lucky.
He doesn't even need the
2,700 miles
makeup.
away.
He's already got that pale look on his face.
I'm too young to know what you guys are talking about. What is this a television show? I don't know. I got to keep up a little more. Sorry, guys. I'm 23.
Here we go.
23. He's been doing music
I don't know,
since he's 3 years old.
That's right.
I don't know, man. The last interview I caught with him before I decided I better go and make another fresh pot of coffee, you know, he was about the 41 mark, and you know, I don't know.
Everybody keeps printing 40-year-old rising star. Hey, man, I'm 39. Give me one. I'm not 39. Come on. I guess it reads better 40.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know, but I'm telling you, you know, what a great honor that was for you. You know, this Highway Mile album kind of going crazy all over the place. Picking up traction in Europe, I hear. I don't know.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, got a buddy of mine there in Ireland that's picked up the track and is playing it over there.
Oh, really? Is it? Where's that? Is that Galaxy or?
No, it's Carlo FM.
Cool.
Carlo.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I do that a lot. I will, you know, get in touch with the artist, but he bought it. I said, what?
Cool.
Yeah, he's probably listening right now because he does that every once in a while. He pops into our show to steal my artists.
Hey,
so
Jerry.
he can interview them. So he can interview them over in Ireland, right?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Tell him to call.
Yeah, give him a drop. Hey, Jer, how's it going?
Jerry O'Brien out of Carlo FM in Ireland. Yeah, he's a cool dude, man. If he does call you, and now he will. I know he will. But yeah, he's a cool dude, man. He's got that full Irish accent. Hard to understand.
Sounds like a leprechaun.
My stepmom's Irish, so I'm figuring it out. She's got a very, very thick accent. So
yeah, my background's over there in Ireland. My family's over. I got some family over in Ireland, so it's kind of a cool thing to have. And our show was aired in Ireland.
Nice.
Yeah, we're in 5 countries. We're coast to coast, Canada, United States, UK, Germany, Australia, Ireland. We got a dude right here right now. He's listening in from Scotland.
Oh, wow.
You know, that's the joy of internet radio.
No kidding.
It just goes. But we are one of the very few, actually, Aaron, that are actually a fully licensed radio station. We're not grabbing people and just stealing their stuff.
Not pirate radio. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. We're not Wolfman. Hey, here we are, Wolfman. Yeah.
No water right now.
Hey, how about we just while we're on the air here, how about we take a quick break and let Aaron get a drink of water into him, and we play Can We Go Back by Mr. Aaron Allen right here on Access Radio and in conversation with Don Pierce and Sauerkraut Man. We'll be right back with Mr. Aaron Allen right after Aaron Allen.
And YouTube, don't go anywhere because, you won't be able to hear the music, but we'll be right here. We'll still tell funny jokes or whatever, but unless Aaron has to use the little boys' room or Don. But no,
I'm good. I take care of my business before on air. That's because you've got to pee or something. I know.
You've learned the lesson, have you?
I might take a sec to blow my nose so I quit sniffling during this. I feel bad.
You go do what you need to do, dude.
Give me 1 sec.
Excuse me.
Well, are we still on the YouTube?
We're still on the YouTube, yes.
Yeah, I got Bear telling me, hey, we got dead air on the station. Yeah, we did because we had a meltdown there. But we're back on now. I've got it all on. Songs playing. Got to remember to hit the talk button when I'm talking to Aaron on the station. All that fun stuff that's going.
I knew that's what was going on.
Yeah, but you can't interrupt. It's just like when the station kind of my computer went for a woo-woo, we just kind of just keep right on going. And because we can edit all that.
Yeah, for sure we can. Or we could leave it in. It's funny. But
what a great guy. Eh? Like I'm telling you, when I got into it last night, I'm telling you, Sauerkraut, I texted you it was like 1:30, 2 o'clock my time. And I was so like, this is more of a story than just catches the eye here with Aaron, like his past and what he, his whole growth section is incredible. Just incredible.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how you found all that music. I thought I got it all. I thought I took it.
No way, buddy. You ain't hiding nothing from Don Pierce. I can guarantee you that. I can find shit from your high school days. you did a very bad thing. You put "I had this music back in high school" disc thing all over your Facebook.
Oh yeah. Did you
Which
find
leaves
that?
me, man, I can dig that far back.
Wow. That's crazy. I can't believe you found that record. That's like
Buddy.
albums ago, that one. That was my very first album I ever put out, I think. Wow, I can't believe you found that.
Man, I can find anything.
That's crazy.
And, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't.
No.
I bet you when you got up this morning, you thought this is going to be another one of these friggin' mundane friggin' interviews with these damn DJs, won the award. Now I got to get up and do all this shit all hours of the day.
Talk about that and play the same song over and over again like Nirvana.
Well, surprise, Aaron.
Yeah. I love it, man. I'm grateful to wake up and talk to you and everybody who contacts me. I mean, sometimes when somebody does digging like you, I'm like, wow, okay, I'm super impressed here. It doesn't happen often, but that is cool.
I couldn't help myself. I'm telling you, man, like that album from high school, a lot of anger, dude. And I was actually going to rip it off.
No,
it's definitely not friggin'. I was going to rip it off, and I was trying to figure out how to get you to rip it off, actually, Sauerkraut, and kind of play it, compared to, can we go back and stuff. It was, I was going to do it during the show here today, and kind of put him on the spot. And,
if I was feeling better, I probably would have been able to do that yesterday. But,
I know, but at 2:30 this morning, I don't think you would have appreciated your song.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. That's for sure.
I got to get back on the radio here. Just give me 1 second.
Sure.
No, if I can stop laughing long enough. Anyway, hey, welcome back, everybody. You're with the Don Pierce Show, and in conversation with Don Pierce and Sauerkraut, we got the only Mr. Aaaron Allen, and we are having a great time with him today. I got to tell you, he figured he was coming in here for one of these typical mundane, hey, let's talk about Highway Mile, and yep, it's a great song. Yep, I won a great award, but guess what? He got surprised, just like they all do when they're coming in here. Welcome, Aaron. Thank you for coming in here, man. It's great guy, man. You are just so fun to have on here. I could probably do this most of the day because I've got about 10 pages of information on you, dude.
There's one more thing I need to do though, because we don't ask enough.
What are you doing now?
Subscribe down below if you're on YouTube. Subscribe down below. Do all that.
You know how much I hate that crap?
There's a huge thumbs up.
Subscribe.
We forget. So hit that button. It's right over there.
Yeah.
And,
okay, you done now?
And when you do it, when we're live on air, it will actually interrupt us. It's actually pretty cool. So do it right now. If you haven't done it before, and interrupt us, because it will send up this big thing in the middle of my face. If I move over here, we'll put it right
are you still?
Yeah, I'm still talking. Like I said, I haven't been able to talk for a whole week.
Is there no way of muting you?
No, not from your end. Sorry.
No, I'm trying, but I just can't get it out.
Not gonna happen.
Oh my God! You see what I deal with? You see what I deal with on an everyday?
Seems fun.
Yeah, but it is fun.
I like
but
this
the
guy.
whole problem
is, see, there's one thing that I can.
Did you ever?
Like, I can do this, and then see now it's our show, Aaron. You can't.
Be careful, Don. He's just coming up. He's taking over.
Well, you should see what he does on it. He's also the engineer of my daily show, right? I have a morning show every day, and he's actually the engineer too, and. It'll be cool because I'll be putting Aaaron Allen up there just like I think on my screen. And all of a sudden ACDC comes blaring out the system because he's put your song up there, but downloaded ACDC in your spot just to screw me. I'm telling you, that's the kind of games he does.
Hey, Don, I'm back on your side. I'm back.
It's just incredible. But it's a life. I'm telling you, Aaron, it's a life.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this rising star, man. Like, what an award! Great time you had in London.
Yeah.
London, Ontario now is also being called Nashville of the North. The new
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is really cool, especially when you live right in the heart of it.
Yeah.
You got some great fans. I follow you on Facebook quite a bit, and I'm telling you, you've got some great fans out there that really support you.
Oh, they're amazing. They share everything and send me messages all the time, and they keep me going. That's the main thing. Like they just keep me moving forward. I can't stop now. I don't want to let them down.
Yeah, and that's do you find that like when you write a song like Highway Mile or Can We Go Back, the one we just listened to here on Access Radio, do you find yourself saying, "No, I gotta get one better," or is it just this is my life and this is what it's going to be?
Well, it's weird. When we started out with Where Music Comes From, I didn't think we were going to beat that. And then to me, there's songs that Where Music Comes From always hold a special place in my heart because technically it was my first release to radio and stuff like that. But I feel like we keep moving forward. I'm always excited about the next song. And I just love them all. Like when we did Superman, when we wrote Superman.
That's a great song.
Thank you, man.
I love that song.
Oh, I love it too. I just, it blew my mind when we wrote it. So I didn't think we'd ever beat Where Music Comes From, but then we write something like Superman and I just go, wow, I just really appreciate that song. I can't believe that we did that.
Yeah,
not that it's the best song in the world.
Keeping the S on my chest or whatever, that kind of choked me right up there. It was like,
I've got the S on my chest.
Yeah, he's a Superman.
I don't know if you knew that about me, but like in our studio, where there's Superman pictures everywhere, and I always have Superman coffee mugs, and even my coffee mug that I have now is Superman with.
He's worse.
It's also got a cape, but I'm not using the cape today.
Yeah, he usually wears them blue. He usually wears them blue nylons underneath the desk there too. Jesus,
actually, it's underneath my clothes. It's difficult to find a phone booth now to get changed though. So I just kind of wear it underneath, and then at any time I'm ready to go. Just rip off the clothes. I'm not saying that I am Superman, but I am saying that Superman and I have never been seen in the same room together.
You gotta get a new friggin' joke, man.
No, I'm just telling you. I'm telling you, it's true. It's true.
It's true.
Hey, I gotta get back to Aaron, and I gotta get back to my interview because this 30-minute interview's got into an hour, and poor Aaron's saying like, "Come on, I got things to do, guys."
Right.
No, I'm good, boys. I'm good.
I gotta talk to you a little bit about you just shut up now.
I got one question to ask real quick.
All right, go ahead.
Because we just had a new subscriber. It was Scott Howard. I always say
Howard.
Howard. Scott.
Yeah, there we.
And if you don't know,
so you know who he is, do you? Okay.
Do you not know who he is?
Oh, I know who he is. I know that they both live in London too. So.
Yeah.
Well,
I think we're writing a song later today too, Scott and I.
Yeah, I think you guys are. Yeah. What a great guy Scott is.
Terrific.
He popped in my show for probably the first time the other day, and he probably thought, "Good Lord, Aaron, don't do an interview with these guys. These guys are crazy."
Oh, I like it. Shake it up. I like it.
I'll tell you what, you missed a good show that day, man. We got Scott into the rum a little bit early. Let's just say, put it that way.
He was on drinking with you guys. He was texting me. I was in a right. I didn't know he was on. I thought you guys just played him on the radio. I didn't know he was actually live with you guys.
No, he was in our chat.
Oh, getting hammered in the chat.
Our station has a chat in it, and mine is kind of reserved for you guys, for entertainers to come in and you guys kind of converse. And Rick Schneider was in there, and Robert Eckridge, and Robert said, "Well, you know what? It's the Don Pierce show time, so it's got to be bourbon time somewhere." So he started it. So I had to get up and take a shot at Jack, and I got to be careful. I got liver cancer, so I can't really do all that stuff anymore. And it just ended up to be one friggin' party by the end. It was just incredible.
Can you watch these things, or is it private?
No, that was just on air. We just kind of did the on-air thing on the radio show. We did. So, yeah. It was incredibly funny that, and poor Scott, he just couldn't catch up because we were already 8 in before he joined the show. We were only actually 1 in, but we told him we were 8, so he was pounding them back trying to catch up to us.
Sounds like Scott. Sounds like him.
We had a great time with him on the chat, and love having you guys in there. Please join us, anytime you want to.
That's cool.
A lot of artists come in there, and a lot of things end up happening there that is quite private. I have a security guy in there. When things get out of hand from, sometimes the fans do get in there. And
wow.
Yeah, he protects you guys pretty good.
Well, let them in.
we
Let's
have,
get crazy. Let's see what happens.
oh yeah, we do some days like today. They're all in there today because you're on, so the chat's open today, and there's a lot of times though, me and Bear, we just lock it up for you guys because you guys, talk about music and guitars and, collaborations and, like Robert was helping you with your sound system one day, Robert Eckridge, you were having some clicking problems or something. I don't know.
Yes.
I'm not into this stuff. And Robert is a computer guru when it comes to this stuff. Played with George Jones, that man.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah. So when I said it's a good guy for you to know, it's a good guy for you to know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I thought you were
no, I don't do that too much. I lie about sauerkraut quite a lot, Aaron.
Yeah, he tells everybody that I'm great. I love that he lies and says I'm great. But,
anyway, we got Aaron Allen here, right here on In Conversation with Don Pierce and Sauerkraut. And I'm going to play another one of your songs before we get out of here and not play your bloody music. Then I'd feel like a real ass anyway. Here we come with Where Music Comes From. And before I play it, Aaron, tell me a little bit about this song. Where did it come from? Where music comes from. If you missed it, that's what I'm going to play next. Tell me a little bit about the song and the inspiration behind that, because it's got some really underneathing meaning to me, and I just want to know if my thoughts are the same as yours.
Oh, that'd be cool to hear your thoughts on it too. For me, a lot of people think that music, they ask me, how do you rate a song? Like, where does it come from? And for me, music comes from our experiences, right? It doesn't come from my guitar. It doesn't come from my mouth. It comes from what I've lived. So if you listen to my stuff, that's what you're going to hear. And the way that I was triggered to write Where Music Comes From is when my kids were born. Olive, she came into the world listening to Tom Waits. And then Dylan came into the world listening to John Prine. So that I wanted to set it off. I wanted to remember when I heard a John Prine song, I wanted to remember of my kid coming into the world, or a Tom Waits. I wanted to remember my daughter coming into the world. And that's all part of where music comes from. We all have those special moments where the song comes on the radio and you start crying. I want to remember these moments. So I try to place the soundtrack to my life once in a while, so music just comes.
That's exactly where I got from that song too, is like when I was listening to that song, it brought me back to high school, brought me back to getting married, my first child,
wow.
And then it was like, songs got a lot of meaning, and this dude actually knows how to write a song. If you write these by, well, trust me, I get hundreds of emails a day, and and singer-songwriters such as yourself, trying to break through and get into the industry. Sometimes I'm the wrong guy to send music to. I'll tell you that. If you sound like a squirrel with his nuts caught in a vice, you're going to get told that. But I get a lot of great music too, and I meet a lot of great friends, and get a lot of great music from guys like you. And that song brought me back and just flips me. And then, like I said earlier, like your whole music genre, from corduroy coat and cabbie hat to where you are today, it's your life, and that's what intrigued me to keep digging.
Right.
Because there's more to this Aaron Allen story than just friggin' music. And man, I wish I could send a videographer to you and do walk down memory lane through Chatham and stuff, and actually document this shit, because it is going to be a history. And let's face it, you're running wild in Ontario and across Canada right now with this new album, and getting some pretty hot, in all them music streaming things. You're getting that song's getting quite a bit of movement.
Yeah, I've been very lucky. Very lucky.
Have you not been approached by corporate world yet?
Not really. No, not really. But that's okay. I understand why. Like, I've had some conversations with some management and stuff. I'm still trying to do everything on my own. As far as big label and stuff, no, not really. We've we know each other, shaking hands. Yeah. But I'm just trying to do my thing, and I don't worry about any of that. Like, I've been lucky that I've had some pretty big supporters. Like Apple's supported the heck out of me, just been a champion, and I've been so grateful to them. And like country radio, they've been great to me too. I just when it falls into place, it falls into place. But I shouldn't even say that. Everything is in place.
Yeah, it seems to be.
I'm not missing anything.
For COVID, and you seem to be doing quite well.
Yeah.
Like how's the business doing?
Business is good. My wife's still keeping it afloat. I don't work there anymore. I got a publishing deal with Arts and Crafts Publishing. So, that's great. They're really helping me out, and we're helping each other out. We're having a good time. And I'm just...
Because I bring the business up because this guy on the other side, we had a bet.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
we had a bet that he was going to do. He works on our rock station too. He's does his own show on the rock side, and we had a bet about he can come over and do a country show, and then I'll go over and do a rock show.
Neat.
And he agreed to this, and then he remembered that I used to do a rock show, and he knows shit about country, so he just declined.
No, that's not what it was. Hold on a second.
Yeah, you were
Let's clear the air. Let's clear the air.
Come on, yeah, you just know.
I've done country shows before, but what I said was I didn't want to sell out my soul as a DJ to go to the countryside. So I just accepted the tattoo.
Should I just mute him? I can't mute
tattoo.
him.
That's cool. But
so he was supposed to get a tattoo on his ass.
I need a cover up done actually. I figured what better place to do it than at your studio. And I was looking to see your artwork, and I didn't see any of yours. I saw your wife's, and you have all.
Don, find that. Don can find it for you.
But I did see all of you have all females working there, correct? Artists.
Yep.
Yeah,
I was the only guy for 8 years. They said we're tired of this testosterone. Get out.
Hey, wait a minute. This is kind of a reverse discrimination here. Your wife don't like dudes or what?
I miss working with my wife. I'm really happy that my wife's going into music because maybe one day we can work together again every day.
Yeah, we were going to talk about that. So now that you brought it up, Amy Allen Music, found that too. She does a lot of backups for you. I see that too on your vids and all that other stuff. What a great voice she has too. Sorry that she didn't join you here today. Could have picked on you a little bit better if she was here. Had some great jokes lined up if she showed up. What's that?
I said,
what'd you say, sauerkraut?
Is she doing country or is she doing rock?
She lives in Aaron Allen's house. What the hell do you think she's doing?
Well, I don't know.
She's told country.
I don't know what the song's going to sound like. The funny thing about my producer, Jeff, is it's like I always have a picture in my brain of how it's going to sound. And the only song that came out like I thought it was going to be was Highway Mile. And every other song, he always surprises the hell out of me. So I don't know what he's going to do with Amy. In a good way, I'm surprised.
Yeah, let's talk about Amy a little bit. Anyway, you're a great supporter of yours. Run a business together, getting into music herself a little bit, dipping into the waters. You guys are going to have a great kind of a big life if that all happens. She's supportive with you now. I see she does some backup vocals for you. See some stuff on your Facebook where she's doing tracks for you, kind of deal. A great support system. How long have you two been married?
For at least 14 years, to the best of my recollection. We've been together 21 years, but married. I
love it when I get guys like this, right? It's a good thing she's not down here, buddy. You get a slap in the head.
She knows. She knows. It's funny. We don't really celebrate anything. We don't celebrate birthdays, anniversaries. Like we'll have some Pizza Hut. Shout out to Pizza Hut, but that's her favorite meal. We'll just have Pizza Hut, but I mean, I don't know. Every day is pretty decent together. So we never celebrate anything. So when I forget, she forgets too.
What are you telling me? You guys still get along or what? 20 years together and you guys get along?
We get along and we want to work together every day. My mom passed when she was like, I think 46. So, I'm getting up there and I just go, I don't know how much life I have left. So I want to spend every minute I can with my wife or with my family. So when I do pass away, at least I spend as much time with them as I could.
Yeah, and you're truly about that. You just don't know how much life is left, and I figured that out in a quick hurry here in the last little bit. And it's how much you appreciate life is a little bit different. You think about life a little bit different, and for sure that is for sure. But you've got 2 kids. You said 2 daughters.
Yep.
What do they think of Dad's success here?
Oh, I don't know. I think sometimes Olive gets a little embarrassed. She's 7. So when her friends say something like, I remember a friend said something about your dad being on the radio. Aren't you embarrassed that your dad's on the radio? So, I think once in a while she's like, it's a little bit weird, but I love she's singing. She's doing all these artistic things. And that's what just fills my heart. I think she's cool with it. She's a good kid.
Yeah, it's funny. My family thinks about the same way. Like when people say, "Hey, that's your grandpa on the radio," yeah. Well, what do you think about that? It's like, well, is your grandpa on the radio? It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, and but anyway, let's get back to your music. So you got Highway Mile. Anything else coming out?
Well, we got 2 songs that are just finished up being mixed, and we just put that song, What a Gift, into production. And I'm really excited to release that into the world. I want to get it out quick. I want to get it out during this time. I don't want to, I want something really positive, because life is good. And at this time, there are a lot of good things, man. A lot of
good positive shit happening in your life.
That's true. But I hear a lot of people saying, when are we ever going to get this gift again to spend time with our family? Like, God bless the people who had trouble during this time and stuff like that. I feel bad. I'm not trying to say that everybody's having a great time, but I mean, we're getting back to family and getting back to what matters. I feel sorry for independent business because I own an independent business, and my God, I don't know where this is going to land. And the music industry, I don't know where this is going to land, but it's not faring well for us at all. But I mean,
that is the truth. But that's the thing. What a positive attitude you have for, taking a double whammy, really. Private business, surely the, tattoo industries really took a hit through this, like, trying to get business and stuff like that. And then, the venues are all shut down where dad makes the money, and can't go out and do his thing, can't do the tours, can't do whatever you need to do. But, thank God for social media and the way it's putting the independent artists and letting you guys get your music still out there. And, these private venues. So I see you got something up here on Facebook about, donating money to the Brain Cancer Society and stuff like that. You're pretty much involved in that.
Yeah, I'm lucky. They reach out to me a lot, and I would love to align myself a lot more with the Brain Tumor Foundation of Canada. It's really close to my heart. They sent me a hat the other day, Hats for Hope. So you can go buy these winter toques, Hats for Hope, and all the money goes to helping with the Brain Tumor Foundation. And a lot of people have this misconception about how it's just to find a cure, and a lot of people go, they're never going to cure cancer. It's the people have the attitudes, right? And I'm not going to say one way or another how I feel, but I mean, it's when we were going through all that, they do a lot for emotional support. There's a lot of families that they help and they support. It's not just curing cancer. It's having that funding there to support a 13-year-old kid who has no friggin' idea what's happening with their mom. And they help explain it to me, and they give me therapy and,
I'm finding the support programs that are actually available are damn good, and the money's got to come. The money's got to come from somewhere. And let's just face it, the government's not giving it to them.
No, I don't think the government has it right now. I don't know, but so we need to do it.
They fight for every dime. Let's face it. There's so many charities out there that, these charities, they have to fight for every dime, and to get somebody like you to support them. And, I love to support charities of my guests and let them, talk about it on the guest. You were involved in the Forest City Fight Back, the fight song. What a great tune that was, found that too, buddy.
Wow.
That was a good tune, and kind of like Brian's Harwood's deal with Together We're Strong,
Oh yeah.
I find it all, buddy. I find it all. It's and you guys are all great friends. You, Scott, Brian, and you kind of know each other, do you not? Kansas Stone. Yeah. We're talking about Kansas Stone, Brian, if anybody needs to know. But he's come out for some solo stuff too, and. Trying to get him on my show is like trying to tie up your shoes that have been stuck with glue. I am telling you to iron that guy down. He is a busy cat, man, just like you.
Well, fair enough. We did have him scheduled, but we had to reschedule one time. And then after that, we've been trying to get him. It's been difficult since then, right? So.
Yeah, sure was, but I couldn't help it. I was sick.
Yes. No. Hey, I'm not blaming you. I'm not saying that you're the cause of the problem.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Yes, you are. Yes,
I
you
was
are.
inferring it.
He's a
Yeah,
good guy.
yeah,
Call
yeah.
him back up. Get him on there.
There you go.
Yeah, you just, you get him.
Well,
you
we'll
get
just tell
him,
him that we
but-
had you on, and then all of a sudden he'll say, "Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I didn't know you guys were that big."
What, Aaron went on there?
Yeah.
Crackhead.
I'll give him a
I
shout.
told him not to.
Yeah.
We're doing a songwriters camp in November. Maybe we'll have to call you while we're doing the camp.
Yeah, that'd be.
That
Cool.
would be cool. Yeah, we could do that. We do all kinds of fun shit here. We got a new podcast coming out called The Cabin, where we get 3 or 4 of you guys all in together, a little bit laid back, and we have a couple of drinks and we talk about music, like George Jones type music and the future of, we all get together and we have a great time. It's
Nice.
It's kind of like what happened the other night. I don't know if Scott's going to want to come back after the other day. I think by the time it was done, and we had Rich Snyder in the Rich Snyder band, he was in there, and by the time I'd finished with Rick, it was damn. He put on a Facebook show, and he was still going. So.
Oh man, I'll talk to Scott about it today. I think he's coming over at noon for a write.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
You tell him we said hi, and we are going to have him on the show. We should have gave him the Zoom number, and we could have had you both in here together. That would have been a hilarious show.
Oh, that would have been. I love doing stuff with Scott. He's cool. We could tell you
I
stories.
I watch his backyard tour there this summer. And, he's
still going. Hey, he's still going.
Yeah, he's quite a character. Yeah. Well, if he was living out here, he'd be in his parka by now. We got like a foot and a half snow here already. So,
man.
He did a great job with the stuff that he submitted for us, and your stuff was pretty good too. You did a great job on that too. So, he went all out with the band and did a fire pit in the backyard, and it was windy as hell. I was like, man, this guy's gonna get in trouble by the fire department in the middle of the show.
I don't think
hilarious.
I don't care.
You know what? That's what I was gonna say. For what I've known him, for the little bit I've known of him, just kind of watching his Facebook, I don't think he gives a damn.
No.
He's there having a good friggin' time, and that's it.
Yeah.
I've always had a good time with Scott. We had many drinks over the years. I don't know if he ever told you, but Scott and I used to live together when we were like 20 years ago.
No, we've never really met Scott. We just kind of through emails and through
talking,
chatting kind of deal.
Great.
And he's another guy, to get ironed out to do anything. You guys, like, I don't know where you guys find the time. You guys.
Well, apparently he was available this morning. He was watching and he liked our show. So
nice.
there you go.
Well, anybody can do that. It's called data, dude.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Anyway, we're gonna hit up with take a little break here right now. We're gonna play Where Music Come From Mr. Aaron Allen right here on In Conversation with Don Pierce and Sauerkraut, and we'll be back with Mr. Aaron Allen right after Aaron Allen. There we go. Clear the radio.
Clear on the radio. Perfect. Not clear on YouTube yet. How much time do you have, Aaron? Just so that we know.
I'm okay, man. Whatever you guys are doing, I'm okay. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll let.
I'm
Don,
a long-winded son of a bitch.
Yeah, we'll let Don lead the way there if you want to. Yeah, he says that I'm the one that's long-winded, right?
When you're having a good time, you just have a good time and say the hell with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're here for a good time, not a long time.
Life's too damn short to worry about the little technical shit.
That's true.
A year ago when my computer went dead, I would have been having a freak. Now it's just going to flow.
I know you would have been texting the hell out of me saying, "Hey, get on! What's going on? What did you do? What?"
It is what it is, and that's all you can say.
Yes,
that's right.
That is true.
So let's talk a little bit with Aaron about your producers and stuff. Anybody you want to talk about in that kind of line?
Jeff Dalziel, it's cool. He won the CMAO for production this year in part of working on my record, as well as the Abrams. I think Ryan Langdon too. Like I say, he's been a huge change in my life, and I attribute most, if not all, my success to him in the way he rewired my brain. He really taught me how to write songs differently, how to get out of my own way. I always say that. He says that. And, it's really cool to make music with him because I think we think a lot of the same, when I send him a song, it's always like, where's the Tom Petty in this? Where's the Bruce Springsteen in it? If it doesn't have that, we don't cut it. I think we're always just trying to do something like that and just something honest, but we always go, no, we can't hear the Petty in that. So that one doesn't get cut, so we kind of think the same, although he's on a different level. Definitely.
Do you actually operate with the lyrics first or the music first?
Well, the way I rate songs is I usually go on a walk with my dogs, and then sometimes I'll just rate full songs in my phone without any music in my head, but I can hear the melody. I'll listen to songs, and if a song comes through, like I was listening to a Petty song the other day off his new Wildflowers disc set, and I forget what song it was, but it just really clicked with me. And I just listened to that song about 30 times on my walk or whatever it was. And I wrote a whole song while listening to that song. That's how I do it a lot these days. I don't know why. My wife can only do one thing at once. She can text and that's it. She won't even talk to me. But me, my brain like goes all over the place. So it doesn't matter that there's a song in the background of my head playing. It kind of quiets my mind and actually makes me move forward, as odd as that sounds.
Yeah, I do that too. It's just when I'm doing my shows, the thought process is crazy. But, like this here, where the music came from, it's a great song. I got everything screwed up here now, that's for sure. Anyway, but I just lost you. I lost my screen, but I'm just going to go on with it. I got you back. That's the important part. Highway Mile, that's a pretty inspirational song. Where did that come from?
Well, that's funny. That's one that I didn't think was going to get cut. I wrote that one just about my wife and myself. You got a grandchild right there in the background, but kids sure as heck take up a lot of time. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, they are cute too, right? They take up a lot of time, but they're cute. And my wife and I had 14 years together before we had kids. So we kind of enjoyed that. And then when the kids came along, it was like, wow, we kind of lost each other. So it's just about getting in the car, going for a drive and spending time on each other. And that's one I wrote myself. Usually I co-write, but I just wrote that myself and it was kind of sitting in a Dropbox, and my producer, I didn't pitch it to him. He just kind of found it and he's like, whoa, what's this song? I said, no, it's just a song I wrote about Amy and myself. Nobody's going to like that one. And he goes, no, that song, I like that song. Let's do that song. So that just goes to show I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I need
I don't know about that, man. But I'm telling you, that is, it amazes me sometimes that some of the things that we think are the worst turn out to be the best. And and you've got such a great attitude in life, for what the struggles that you're having right now. And, I know it's not easy for an independent artist, and it's not easy for an independent business, person. And now you're, your father, husband, all this struggles, is so hard on the industry. And for you to still stay so positive, it is such a great message to everybody that there is, light at the end of the rainbow. And your positivity here on the show today is very inspirational to a lot of people. And that's why I wanted to bring up your past, that, it was not just jumping into music because I was a business owner and had a big wad of cash. It come from my heart, it came from my past, and music saved my life, and getting help saved my life. And that's a big part of the Aaron Allen story, where his music comes from. And
exactly.
man, it's just, you just amazed me. And the further I dug back into you, it's like this kid, and you're not a kid, and that by any means. And to me, you're a kid, but it's just like, my God, how is he so friggin' positive? Like, you are so positive for what you lived through. And, it wasn't like you said earlier, it wasn't terrible. Like there's people that live through worse. Sure. But there was the struggles there. And to reach the highs that you've reached today, great family, great father, you could tell you're a great dad just by when you talk about Olive and you talk about your girls, there you go. You say that right there. The smile comes right on your face. You know they're your prides. And it's funny, I've been married to my wife 36 years. And
wow.
When people mention her name, I don't smile like
that. You kind of duck and run, right?
Hey, I'm in trouble now because she listens to the show. I'll tell you, and it's the same thing when you talk about Amy. You're not afraid to tell people that she is your backbone and she is, a big support system in your life. And I've heard it on other interviews. It's incredible the way you talk about her.
Well, I feel very lucky because without Amy, I don't think I'd be here. I really don't think I'd be here without my kids, and that's the trouble. I try to do stuff for young teenagers, because that's when I got into a lot of trouble. But I was lucky enough that Amy came along. I was lucky enough that one teacher cared when the rest wrote me off. I was lucky enough to, there are people who care. Don't be too angry and don't be too proud to not see that. When you see that teacher caring, accept that. That's your only lifeline. That one person could be your only lifeline. That's one person that can save you. And I'm still friends with that teacher, Martin Smith. I'm still friends with that teacher. I reconnected with him and I said, I don't know if you know what you did for me. When I didn't have anybody, I know you were fighting for me. So
yeah, I had a teacher like that too. His name was Mr. Weller, out of Burlington, Ontario. That's kind of where I grew up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I actually lived just north of you for a long time in Exeter.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I did a little thing up there once in a while. Anyway, but that was the whole thing, family and togetherness is what's important in life. And that's what I found in over the years and now especially, with my little history going on here, it just changed my whole life just that quick, and to get a positive story out of life. And, what do you think that young people today, though, is it easy for you? I'm going to ask this kind of and be sexist, I guess. It's tougher for a young male to reach out and say, I'm having some struggles with mental health and I'm having some struggles with this anger problem. I don't know where it's coming from, but it's real difficult for a young male to be able to do that.
Yeah,
and for you to do
that's not sexist that you said that. It's our society's stigma that we've placed on men. Boys don't cry, things like that, right? And it's an unfair standard because boys do cry. I have 2 boys, and I'll tell you that they cry. I have 2 girls, and I'll tell you that they cry just as much as the boys. Okay, so boys do cry, and you can cry. It's okay to cry.
But let's go back. Go back 30 years to Aaron's time.
Yeah.
Different time.
Yes.
Well, nobody knew what was going on with me. It's strange now looking back at it because when I had an article come out with the Brain Tumor Foundation that told about my mom's death, and a high school student who I went to high school reached out with me and she I never had a clue. It's because I never told anybody. Everybody just thought I was a bad kid. No, my mom was dying. I was angry. But I'm not going to discuss that at school. I had nobody to talk to about it. Nobody
and that's
knew.
The thing, and even today, I think it's harder for a young guy, and we're talking 14, 15 years old, to be able to say, I got some problems here and I need some help. And I don't think it changes as we grow up. And for a guy like you, you're on the international scene now, you got a voice, you got, a place to talk. To be able to come out to a show like mine and say, yeah, you know what, people need to talk about this and share a little of an experience, to me, does a great value to that. Just, if we help one kid who's listening to our show today and say, you know what, if Aaron Allen can do this, so can I.
I hope
that's what means a lot to me.
Well, thank you. It means the world to me too. I don't want anybody to be embarrassed about their story. So when people go, I can't believe you're telling that story. There's stuff I'm not telling.
I know.
But it's like,
I know, buddy.
People go, I can't believe you're telling your story. And it's just like, I'm not going to be embarrassed to tell my story because I don't want that 10-year-old to be embarrassed to ask for help. I want you to reach out. If you got to reach out to me. You know, I've said that
That's
time and time again. You can reach out to me.
And
I'm not
what's
going to
going
tell
on
any.
in your personal life, especially as a young child, is nothing to do with what you did. You know, that's the other thing. A lot of kids take it like, oh, I must have done something. You know, my mom hates me, my dad hates me, whatever the situation is. It's got nothing to do with anything that the child has done. And unfortunately, like I said, we teach kids that they need to be tough and suck it up type thing. You know, and everybody's got a story that'll break your heart. But unfortunately, a lot of it gets hidden and swept under the carpet. Right. So
Exactly. And sometimes, like my mom talked to me a lot, but I don't think she really had the time to dig all these feelings out of me while she was dealing with her stuff, you know?
yeah.
And
tough situation there, trying to be a mom and trying to deal with her own emotional, problems at that time, because I can understand where your mom would be at right now, because there's a lot of times I come back from the doctor and I just really don't feel like talking to everybody right now.
Sure.
And, and it's just, I got a great family and I've got a great support system here. And that's what helps. But I do realize that sometimes everything else is slipping away. The time I spend with my grandchildren, and there's days that I'm a little snappier than I should be, let's say, because grandpa's just not feeling good.
Yeah.
And for a kid your age at 14, 13, mom's not feeling good. You want mom's attention because, like you said, it's just mom.
Yeah.
And she can't give it. It must be tough on a kid, and that's where the anger comes in. And that's where the unruliness comes in. There's no parenting going on because parents are too worried about what's happening in their own life. And that's no pain for your mom. Like, she's dealing with some pretty traumatic shit.
Sure.
Considering again, getting gum mouth here, considering she's also thinking is, what the hell's going to happen to my boys?
I actually never thought about that. I never thought about how she felt, like what's going to happen when I'm gone with my boys.
I think about it. My kids are all grown up and they're all your age. And I'm thinking to myself, still, what about what's going to happen to my kids, my grandkids? And it's funny as a father, you must know that you take this pride of looking after your family and making sure they're well done for. And when your kids have kids, that's not going to change.
No.
Now it just gets bigger, and your Christmas bill gets a lot bigger when you got grandkids, dude.
Oh, for sure. I imagine it does. That's for sure. They're not cheap.
Yeah, because you can spoil them and not have to worry about the consequences after, right?
Right.
For example, if your kids wanted or if Aaron's kids, for example, wanted an Xbox PlayStation 5, and Aaron's like, nah, kids, video games, all this stuff. You're like, yeah, okay, and then you will go out and buy it. Aaron can't give you crap. He can't yell at you, right? You're a grandpa. That's your right.
My son's name's Aaron too, so.
Sorry, that's what I was referring to.
Aaron's looking at who the hell is he talking about? Yeah, my son's name.
Do you want Don to be your grandpa, Aaron?
Sure.
Yeah, well, a lot of people want me to be their grandpa, apparently.
I don't have one.
I get them on Facebook every day. All of a sudden, I've never, since our show just went #1 in 5 countries.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I have never got so many proposals of, hey, come and see my boobs that I've ever had in my life.
Sounds like a bad thing, right?
It's like Facebook.
I've had that before.
A friend's request. Yeah, you push the friend request, all right. Yeah, you get the crack of dawn, all right.
I think that was Scott Howarth.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it.
Clean it up.
He's a great guy. He seems like, get him out in a party would just be a laugh.
Oh, he loves partying, man. That's the thing. So many good times. I don't drink anymore, but because I was a jerk. But in the 20 years, it's so strange. In the 20 years, it's true.
All right, enough. Where's Amy? Let's hear the story.
Oh, you don't want to hear the stories. I never had a bad time drinking with Scott in 20 years. He never saw the bad side of me. That's strange, and we drank a lot. Everybody else has pretty much seen the bad side of me. I haven't drank in 6 years now, so.
Good for you.
Well, for some reason, when you guys are talking about drinking and Scott, all I can picture it's you and Scott in New York City, like stealing a cop's horses, like Tim McGraw and freaking Kenny Chesney. I don't know. That's the two I picture every time I think of you two doing something like that.
Well, I was the trouble. Scott would probably be like, no, that's stupid. Let's just stay here and get really drunk and play the guitar. And I go, yeah, okay, that's cool. I think that's why we never fought, because we would just get drunk and pick up the guitar and play Third Eye Blind or something like that.
Yeah,
Whatever we were
why
playing.
are we here? Yeah, but why are we in the middle of the fountain playing it, Scott?
Yeah. Been there
Think
for
of the
sure.
video. It'll make a good video.
Oh, there he is. He's tagging me in something now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what am I missing here from Scott? Jeez. He's tagging me in his post. Go listen to these idiots. Oh my Lord. I think that you two should get together and do some old Waylon and Willie shit and Johnny stuff, some of that Highwayman stuff they had collaborating together. I think if I got you, Scott, and Rick Schneider all together to do the Highwayman gig, I think that would be cool. Because
I would love to do that. I would love to do that. It's funny, Scott and I used to play old age homes because Scott knows all the old hits. So I would play the cajon and Scott would sing all the old hits and they would just love it at the retirement homes. And we had such a great time, such good memories. We just stopped doing that a couple years ago, but it was so much fun.
I haven't heard somebody use the word cajon in quite a lot.
I was going to say, I haven't heard that.
For those of you that are wondering what it is, it's a box that sits between your cojones.
I was banging on a box.
And you smash it with your hands.
Had a dog.
Yeah.
Word.
Or you can add the word with Scott, and these guys, now that we can cajonas. Anybody know what that is? Or I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think Scott's got the cojones to come in here now. He's going to stay so far away from this show. It's unbelievable.
Oh, no, he probably wants to come on now.
Yeah, we have fun here, man. You got to admit, this is not your typical radio interview.
It is not. I'll give you that.
If anybody called us typical, there'd be a problem. So,
Fire.
Well, you got to say though, you probably haven't had this much fun in any friggin' radio show that you've ever done.
This is a lot of fun, especially this early in the morning. I never have this much fun at 9 a.m.
Yes.
And no shit, you haven't even took a sip of coffee. I'm proud of you, man.
No, I usually have a carbonated water first thing in the morning.
There you go. President's Choice. The blue menu. There's a shout out to. Not a sponsor. Not a sponsor. Yet.
Yeah, no doubt. A President Choice tour starring Aaron Allen and
I'm
Scott.
down with that.
And Scott. Scott.
I'll take anything.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna have now you got me gonna do this all day pick on Scott thing. I got
That's
3 hour
okay.
show to do. I got a 3 hour show to do after this. Poor Scott.
Holy cow. He's got a tough skin. He's
Good.
good.
Yeah, he seems like it. Anyway, we're gonna let you get out of here, boy. I'm not gonna keep you any more of your time before I just get myself in trouble here. Anyway, I got this big red. Hey, Sauerkraut, I got a question for you. I got this big red thing. This big red thing that tells me that I have not played an ad in 38 minutes. Is that something I should worry about?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, Uncle. Yeah, Madam Petunia's hitting in here and saying, "Hey, you're not playing the ads. The sponsors are going to get mad."
Yeah, she got no control over anything here. Don't worry.
I've got Aaron Allen.
I got full control today. Remember? So I showed you that when I muted you.
Yeah, you did that, you bugger.
We just did a President's Choice ad. Now they're really mad at it.
Not only did Ford
as he holds up the can too, right?
Not only did Ford not get mentioned, but President's Choice got mentioned on top of it.
Oh man!
It was supposed to be a Sobeys commercial, not a President's Choice commercial.
Why are you firing for the big guns today, buddy?
I'm sorry.
Jesus.
I love Sobeys too. That's where I shop.
Right. Not a sponsor.
Ah, jeez.
Aaron Allen Tour, sponsored by Sobeys.
Soon to be.
Soon to be. You never know. You might get thrown out of the damn store now.
Yeah.
You mentioned our name on their show.
That's true. That's true.
Anyway, what's going on next for Mr. Aaron Allen here? You got some shows coming up you want to promote, or
yeah,
website? Let's find your website. Let's do that first. Where are people going to find your music?
Aaaron Allen Music. Everything's under there. AaronAllenMusic.com. Aaaron Allen Music on Instagram, Facebook. Shows are posted up there. We got the Palisade coming up, I think, November 12th. And then I'm playing the East Ender Bender here in London. There's not very many shows going on right now, but we should have some new music really, really soon. Really soon.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. Great to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
I'm still telling you, I still want to, get together with you and send that videographer out there. And this is more than a story that needs to be told. And thank you for, letting me indulge and, touch a little bit into stuff that you thought you hidden.
Yeah. I've been exposed by Don.
You go up to Amy and says, if you ever get anywhere near these guys, don't.
He's the Geraldo.
Scrub it now.
Holy shit. Did you just say Geraldo?
He's the Geraldo. Oh, I am old, eh? All the kids are going,
I think Geraldo was before Phil Donahue, no?
Oh, yeah. Geraldo punched Geraldo.
Phil. Mr. Whitehair, eh? Jesus.
Sally Jesse Raphael, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Jenny Jones from London.
Jenny Jones.
Yeah,
yes,
Jenny.
Yes.
Geez, eh? Can you? Yeah. Man, now you're bringing up nostalgia. It's just like, holy God, we are old.
Ricky Lee.
And it only took us. Aaron, it only took us 2 decades to get to the point where we can laugh about it.
No kidding. I just remember Geraldo always like exposing everything today on Geraldo.
That's it. I could have exposed a lot more, but right under all this stuff here, I have your arrest record.
Oh, dude, I thought that was expunged, man. That was all before I was 18.
Not really, but
never got charged after 14. So there we go. Luckily,
you were smart, eh? You guys, if we're gonna do bad, let's do it before 18.
And if there's any Border Patrol watching today, he's kidding.
Oh, Border Patrol always pulls me in.
Oh,
it's funny. Last time we were at the border, they come over. We're sitting in there. They usually pull me in. I'm sitting there with my co-writer Joe Ernwine. They come over to me and they go to Joe and I, "Who's smuggling?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, what are you, Joe? What are you doing?" Who's smuggling? And I go, "I swear to God, I don't know what you're talking about." And they're like, "Whose oranges are these?" And they got like 3 oranges there, and I'm like, "Those aren't mine." And Joe's like, "My friend put them in my backpack to give them to me to eat." And they're like, "You can't bring fruit into the U.S." And I'm like, "Oh,
you didn't pack your own bag?"
Yeah,
you didn't pack your own bag.
He was just being nice, like, "Hey, you're going on the road. Here's some oranges," and then we're smuggling. I was scared. I've had the drug dogs out on me, everything.
So you
them guys don't
carry your own KY when you go across the border, do you?
Oh yeah, they do not have a sense of humor. Them boys down there, they do not. But I used to be I was an international truck driver for a long time, and coming back and forth across the border all the time, and I always found that funny.
Yeah,
you got oranges, you got fruit. Yeah. Where the frig do you think we get it from? Exactly. You guys,
it all came from Florida, California, or Mexico, so it came through the states.
Well, you got to leave it in the original bag. Yeah. Yeah, I took it out of the case I was bringing back from. Oh, I didn't say that, did I? But them boys do not. I think a lot of your problem is the drug dogs and stuff is because you have artwork on yourself, and
in their defense, we were going over the border there was 3 people with face tattoos in the car. So in their defense, they wouldn't be doing their job if they didn't pull us over.
What is going on here?
Isn't
one I would understand. 3, now you guys are causing trouble.
Hey, wait a minute now. Isn't that a big problem? Is this profiling shit? Like, come on.
Yeah, but I think it's warranted, right?
Jesus, I can imagine, especially if you and yeah, I remember I dug into your past. Yeah, I'd pull you over too.
Yeah, you were looking rough going over the border. Hey, man, we were just trying to go see a Newfound Glory concert. That's all. Let us through.
That's it. We're not here to hurt nobody.
No.
You got these oranges, but you got oranges. Yeah. It's okay. Just don't find a gun underneath the seat.
Yeah. That's right. They didn't find what we had. We just had oranges. That was our scapegoat.
Yes.
The scapegoat of life right there. Your oranges and gonna get thrown in the can for a bunch of a couple oranges.
Oh, they tore apart the car. They would have found anything.
Yeah.
You know what? They do not have a sense of humor, man.
No,
You
don't
know,
joke
the
around.
U.S. Customs, you know, which surprises me. It
And
really
then they just
surprises
leave
me.
it there destroyed after.
They don't have
Yeah.
a sense of humor, but they keep,
Nuclear.
you know, they want to vote in Trump. They got to have some kind of sense of humor. Jesus.
Yeah. I wonder if that's tough going to work every day, and this is how you got to be, just like,
Yeah,
you know,
just to
never,
be
never
a
smile.
complete asshole, right?
Yeah, but I
It's
guess
just-
when you go home, you're probably really nice. Like that's the reverse side of it. You get to be an asshole all day, so when you go home, you're like a really loving person to your family. I'm sure that's how it goes down.
Sure,
Yeah, I think
sure,
they turn
yeah.
into, you know, I think that most of them turn into bloody drunks because then they come back to work with a friggin' hangover and they're twice as mean. It's just incredible.
I got the hangover one that day.
I'm
Yeah, you know, I
I'm a
wouldn't doubt it.
correctional officer by trade, and I will tell you that they bring it home with them. A lot of those guys are they're not nice guys. Some of them are. Don't get me wrong, but you have to have a sense of humor in the job, or else you will just go down that dark path. And one of my neighbors was actually a guy that was working in the correctional facility for 38 years, and he just was absolute nightmare to talk to. If you got on the wrong side of that guy, he acted as if he was still in the institution and dealing with a prisoner, right? So it was like, no.
Well, how do you shut it off, right? You know.
Well, that's the thing. You got to be able to shut it off. And he was single his whole life, so he didn't really have to worry about when he got home. There was no way to physically disconnect from that job, right? So it was quite difficult for him. And not all border guards are like that. And the majority of border guards that I've dealt with,
you're going to get us in trouble. Like, you know, every time one of us cross the friggin' border now, you know, it ain't good. It's going to be the rubber friggin' glove treatment.
Well, it's a good thing it doesn't say sauerkraut on my passport.
Well, you know what? It doesn't really matter if I can find you. I'm sure everybody else can find you. But the biggest problem here is I'm starting to think I'm at the Aaron Allen and Sauerkraut show. I don't know.
Yeah. Just took it over.
I know. I'm just kidding. You know, I can care less. But you know, I want to give you some time to get the hell out of here and do your day because you know 11 o'clock's coming. So. You know, Scott's coming. You got to put the beer in the fridge.
I got to shower up. Got to get the beer chilled. Yep, definitely.
Yeah, that's it. You know, it was pleasure having you here, Aaron. It was great talking to you, man. Your life story is a great story. If everybody needs, well, you're not going to be able to find him because he did a hell of a job hiding some of that stuff. But what a great story it is, man. You're an inspiration to a lot of young people out there that are, you know, going through a lot of difficult times. And thank you for indulging me and bringing it a little bit up and talking about your past. But congratulations on your award. We didn't get much talking about Aaron Allen's music, but, you know, we can do that the next time. We'll actually get into it. It was fun having you here, man. It was a ball. Sorry we didn't get a lot into your music. They heard your music. We just didn't talk about your award. It is part of the story. You know, now you can go around saying, you know, I went on the Don Pierce show and they talk about anything. They talk about anything about except for the friggin' award I came to talk about.
Yeah.
Anyway, we do have. Get that award out so we can see it one more time. Anyway, you know, like let's not be bashful. We're got, you know, if I'm going to get shit by management for not bringing up the award, I might as well do it. CMA Ontario, there it is. Man, they even had it pre-printed, so they knew you were going to win. See?
Yeah, amazing. It's pretty cool, man. These are all handmade. It's got this cool resin. I love it. I'm grateful. Thank you, everybody who voted. Thank you, everybody who supports me. You know it means the world to me. Thank you.
There's the businessman coming out of Aaron Allen, everybody.
All that's the heart, man. I didn't get anywhere without them. You know,
is your shop on Wellington, by the way?
It is, yeah.
Okay. Next time I'm down, I'll check it out.
Nice.
Anyway, no, you can't, dude. I read there. You appointment only. Are you not getting
Well, yes, but next time I'm down, I'll call to make an appointment.
Yeah, call.
If you don't, but.
Email me before you come down, just so to let me know when you're going to call, so we don't answer the phone. Sauerkraut. I'm joking. You're welcome anytime, brother.
I love it. I love this guy already. Hey, everybody. Well, thank you for joining us here on In Conversation. Kind of went a little longer than we usually do it, but we are having a great time with Mr. Aaron Allen here on Access Radio and In Conversation with Don Pierce and, of course, Sauerkraut. We will be back next week. No, we won't, will we? Next week's the blank for the show, eh? Well, we'll get Scott come in next week. What do you think?
Yeah,
Sure,
Scott,
let's
get
Scott
in there.
Yep,
Let's
Scott's
get
here.
Scott in here.
We've
Nice.
already
Let's get
confirmed
his-
it. Aaron gave us permission. Scott,
Permission to have Scott in here.
Howarth will be on next week.
Yeah, one way or
regardless of
the
what
other, he'll be
Scott
on.
says.
If Sauerkraut's got to drive to London and drag his ass to the studio, he will be here.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
It's that simple. See how planned we are? You know, we are so busy with this stupid spooktacular. I shouldn't even say stupid spooktacular concert, should I?
Yes.
It's a lot of work, man. Like when this concert, next time I come up with an idea like this, Sauerkraut,
Yeah. Next
me
time
to
you come up
shut
with it,
up.
I'm shutting it down. Because what happened was, hey, I have this great idea. I was like, oh, that's awesome. Who's going to do the work? Well, I thought you would do it. Oh, okay, thanks.
well, that's why you got the title engineer after you're on the desk door there.
Delegator.
Yeah, there you go. But it was a great idea. If somebody else was doing it, I would totally agree that it was a great idea. But
yeah, what he's not telling you, he says, well, when we get done this one, we got to start right away on a Christmas one.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But before we go, I have to say, subscribe down below, hit those notifications, YouTube. Yep, right there where Aaron's pointing, right in that corner, maybe on the other corner. I don't know because YouTube kind of mirrors us sometimes, but I'm pretty sure he was on the right corner over there. Check it out and subscribe down below. Thank you very much for joining us here today on YouTube. And Don Pierce, anything you want to say before I cut us off on YouTube?
No, just thanks for doing it. Hit that button, or what do they say in the YouTube world? Smash that button.
Smash that
over
button.
there and subscribe.
Huge
Follow us on
thumbs up.
Facebook. Yep, follow us on Facebook.
And check out
www.accessradio.ca. Don't forget,
I was going to say,
I get
check out
in
Don's
trouble.
show there today, right at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, vote right now. But I'm telling you, I get shit by your management over there, and I call them your management because you deal with them. Apparently, I don't push our website enough.
There you go.
I got 3,000 friggin' radio apps we're on, but you can't keep track of the emails now. But they want us to keep, I don't know, corporate.
Yep.
You would be surprised who owns this bloody place. I'm telling you, he's just got too much money and too much time on his hands. Is what the problem is. You got to talk to him and get control of him. Sure. But anyway, you've been listening to In Conversation with Mr. Don Pierce and, of course, Sauerkraut with the one, the only Mr. Aaron Allen. Any last words, Mr. Allen?
No, man. Just everybody stay safe out there. We're going to get through this. And thanks for listening. Keep listening to these guys. Subscribe.
Hey, man, you've got this down pat, don't you? Eh?
Yeah, buddy.
You've done this once or twice.
Yeah.
Anyway, don't forget to check out Aaron Allen Music and, buy his music and stream his music wherever it is streamed. But I would prefer that you go to his own website and buy his music from there, because then that man gets it all instead of giving it to the corporate world as much as you know. I love it. Aaron Allen, thank you very much for being here with us. It's been a great time. Had fun doing it, Sauerkraut. Hope you're feeling better, man. You take care, guys. Here we go. We're going to close this off with Mr. Aaron Allen, and I will be back in probably about 10